I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to be back on YouTube again. And it's not just because of the TikTok ban, okay? I was like, should I just cut it? Like, you know, just for funsies? Hear me out because I have multiple feelings about it. I'm kind of getting into this space of just planning a little bit less and leaving a little bit more room for God to just come in and do his thing. Hey friends, so welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you're here. Guys, I've missed you so much. It's literally never my intention to take so long off of YouTube, but sometimes life just happens. For a while, I was actually trying to work with editors, like different editors in the background, and it just really wasn't working out. I wasn't finding what I needed in an editor. So I actually have scratched that for the time being. Anyways, that's besides the point. Hi, how are you? I missed you so much. I really just wanted to talk a little bit today about 2025. I want to talk 2025 goals, things we're doing differently this year. Of course, you know, we got to get into the hair goals. What are the hair plans this year? What worked well from last year and what didn't work well for my hair? And I'm actually really excited to share with you guys like exactly how I plan for the new year using my planner. This is actually a planner that my mom and I designed. So I'm really excited to show this to you. It's a kind of chit chat, talk, catch up, because it has been way too long. I mean, way too long. We're not doing that again. So let's talk hair goals. My hair goals for 2025 are pretty much to continue growing and continue keeping my hair nice and happy and healthy. Last year, I did a cut on blown out hair for the very first time ever. And I loved it, but I'm not so sure about, okay, hear me out because I have multiple feelings about it. The ends of my hair have never been happier and healthier ever. The blowout cut was so precise in terms of getting all those dead ends off. Like my ends are so happy and juicy and healthy. But I am now wondering if I need to add back layers to my hair or not, because I went into the blowout cut thinking, let's just even her out for the most part. I do still technically kind of have layers, but they're very, very long layers. Like, look at how the top of my hair, like, look at how long this hair is. Usually these are like, kind of like, you know, more like that situation. But then see, this is something that I definitely want to avoid. I want to avoid my hair looking choppy, and I feel like my hair can tend to look very choppy with layers. So I need you guys to actually weigh in on this. Do you think that I should keep my hair like this, all kind of for the most part, one length and just extremely very, very long layers? That's option A. B, which is kind of like a middle option, maybe I could just get some more face framing, because even here is just all so super long. So maybe if I did a little face framing and shortened up some pieces in the front, maybe that would help me feel a little bit better. Or C, do we just go back and add some layers, like some for realsies, some layers? I'm gonna insert a couple pictures that I have seen online of length and layers that I think looks good. But again, I have this big fear of how, like, I hate my hair looking choppy, and that is the last thing that I want. But I am feeling like, I don't know, it is kind of a little bit flat. I gotta like push my hair like this and be like, okay, yeah, that looks good. But like front on, it is kind of just, I don't know. I mean, again, I do see how I have a little bit of something here. So I don't hate it. That's the thing. That's the other thing. I'm like, I don't hate it. I don't hate how it is now. So like, why change it? It's very happy, very healthy. My ends feel amazing. But I am still kind of curious to hear what you guys think. Back to my hair goals. So yes, I want to keep it happy and healthy. I'm still very, very happy also with the color, but obviously the color has like grown out a lot. Side note, this is actually how much my hair grew in 2024, which is kind of cool because I colored my hair right at the beginning. I want to say it was like February-ish. Did I color my hair in February? I want to say it was like around February. So my hair grew from here, because she colored like basically straight up to my root. My hair grew from here to where you see the color, which is like, where's that? Here? Here? My hair grew from here to here. in 2024. That's crazy. That is crazy. She's growing like a weed. Anyways, I basically just kind of want to continue doing what I did last year. Last year we gave up protective styles. So like getting those heavy braids and all of that, I did it once last year in April and cut it out ever since then. And my hair and scalp have been thriving. So that's something I plan to continue doing. I think the only changes that I would be making to my hair this year would be like, am I going to add some layers to it or should I just let it kind of be? And two, also, what do I do about my color? Because it is kind of growing out and I know it's giving like a cute little ombre kind of vibe, but do I want to keep it like that or do I want to get it a little touched up? I do have a fear of re-lightening hair that has already been lightened. So I guess I would have to have like a really in-depth conversation with Crystal about it because again, my #1 goal here is to keep my hair happy and healthy. And I think the state that we have it at is really good. And I don't want to go and do anything that's gonna jeopardize that. I like how the color looks now. I just know eventually it's just gonna look two-toned. As it continues to grow, it's gonna be half black, half highlighted. And at some points, I'm probably gonna need to do something. And that point might be maybe around summer-ish, spring. I don't know. I just know that I'm ready for spring and summer. So yeah, those are my hair goals this year. I'm very happy with where my hair is at right now. I was looking back at other pictures and I was like, should I just cut it? Like, you know, just for funsies, but I don't think I will. Not for now, at least. I'm enjoying kind of exploring my hair as she continues to grow and keeping her nice and happy and healthy. So that's the plan. Let me know what your hair goals are in the comments. Like, is everybody growing or are we chopping? Are we happy with our hair as at right now and just maintaining the current length? Like, what is your vibe for your hair for 2025? Let me know, let's chat about it. So let's talk 2025 goals. I have 3 main words for the year. That is consistency, discipline, and balance. And that is my main focus for how I want my entire year to look. When I look back at 2024, I was stressed. The year felt really chaotic and it took a toll. I think it took a toll on me, on like my most inner me. I was kind of just like, whoa. And then it came to a point where there were a lot of exciting things happening. Like for example, last year, I won an award from the Black Girl Digital Awards that they do every single year. I won an award for Best Lifestyle Partnership of the Year for my partnership that I did with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, which means so much to me. It was a beautiful night. It's like a night where you get like dressed up and glammed and everything. And I was so, like I was dragging all day. Like I was like on the couch, just actually not looking forward to the event at all because I was just like, I'm so tired and I just don't want to go. Like it's too much, blah, blah, blah. And that's a position I don't want to be in again. Of course, by the time I got glam and I got out there and I'm like, my name's called for an award, of course, like I was just elated. I was so happy to be there. Very, very exciting times. But I just remember that feeling as well, that like at the end of that night when I came home, when I was in bed, I was just like, I was so miserable this morning. I was so not feeling good, not feeling myself, and not feeling like I wanted, like feeling like I didn't have anything left to give. I didn't have any energy left to give to being out there at this event. That was such like a huge highlight and a special moment for me. So I really, you know, spent some time with myself to say like, hey, like we cannot keep operating this way because I don't want to feel this way again. When there's like big, happy, exciting things in my life, I want to be big, happy, and excited about them and not feeling like I'm dragging because I have just not managed my schedule good enough. You know what I mean? So the way that I am really looking at this year for me is making sure that I'm managing my own schedule properly, saying no to things that just don't fit in the timeline. That's why balance is definitely a huge one for me this year. And I think in order to be able to achieve that balance, I really have to hone in on my self-discipline and my consistency. I think also for me, it's kind of about setting more realistic goals as well. For me, I want the sun, the moon, and the stars all by 5 p.m. today. Like, you know what I mean? I literally put myself through so much stress. My to-do lists are crazy. And then I get in this cycle where I'm setting all of these crazy to-do lists and expectations of myself that are so unrealistic. I don't get it done. I feel bad about myself for not getting it done. And it's just this cycle of just like, I feel bad about myself. I'm not good enough. I'm not working hard enough. You know what I mean? It's like very easy to kind of just, what's the word? Snowball into just feeling terrible. And it can be difficult to dig yourself out of that sometimes. I'm gonna actually show you guys what I did in my planner. So this is a planner. This is called the 2025 Master Planner. This is, it's a planner that my mom and I designed together. We spent all of 2024 just designing and tweaking and adding stuff and taking stuff out of like the perfect planner. We're huge planner people. We are type A, and my mom and I have this little tradition of every single year at the end of the year or like right at the beginning of the year, we'll sit down and like we do all of this on like a blank sheet of paper and just kind of like manually write everything out. But now we've designed a planner where everything can just be in that book, all your intentions for the year and everything, your vision board. I'll show you guys my vision board in depth in a second. But yeah, it's just nice to have all of this in a planner, and then you move on and boom, this is your year. And you get to use like this one book with all your intentions that you set for this year to write your to-do list and it's just a great way, like the best way in my opinion, of making sure you're staying on top of everything you need to stay on top of. And I literally every week I am just revisiting my intentions for the year and my vision board so I can just stay on track. We've always said like in order to move forward, you must look back. So we have a whole page dedicated to 2024 and what worked well, what didn't work well, like what worked well for me personally in 2024. I do feel like even though I was running myself into the ground, I did still prioritize myself in certain ways way more than I have in the past. So that was a positive for me. I feel like I spent a lot of time with my girls last year nurturing my friendships. Business-wise, I finally launched Curl Essentials, and we also launched Where Growth Happens, which is the planner. So definitely excited about that. I upgraded my camera equipment. Also, like, side note, I am using a new mic system today. I hope you guys like it. I hope it sounds good. In terms of what didn't work well for me in 2024, like I was saying, I was stressed. I was burnt out trying to do everything myself. There's a little bit of lack of planning on my part, stress and anxiety, of course. And then also personally, I felt like I ate out often. So I'm definitely a little bit more focused on cooking at home and getting more nutrients into my body, and also wanting to talk to God more. Right at the end of last year, I did find a new church that I love so much. It's called Change Church. If you guys go there, I love it. So that is our 2024 page. And then on the next page, it is all dedicated to your 2025 goals. So like I said, I picked my 3 words for the year: consistency, discipline, and balance. And then I have my personal and business goals for the year listed out. Interestingly enough, like normally I have like something huge that's like I'm working on, and like this is like a huge goal. This is the next best thing. But I feel like 2025 for me feels like a year where I don't know, I just want to keep on keeping on. I just want to keep going, but kind of refine the way I'm doing things. And that's it. Like it's kind of like a low pressure year for me, where I'm really just, you know what I told my mom? I actually said it's a soul feeding year for me. And that's really it. So my goals aren't anything like crazy, but I do have on here like, you know, relationships. I want to continue to set healthy boundaries within all my relationships. Health and fitness, always a thing for me. Life update, actually, last year, I was actually diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Diabetes does run in my family though, on both sides. So it's kind of one of those things that it's like, I don't want to say inevitable, because there are lifestyle changes that I can make and have made. But it is like not looking good for me, because it literally runs on both sides of my family like heavy. But I'm doing the best I can. I'm very, very determined to avoid it at all costs. I'm no longer pre-diabetic, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back, okay? I want to avoid all of that if if I could break that curse with me, that would be amazing. In terms of home, like personally, I want to continue making updates at home. I'm very excited because I have so many updates to share with you guys. My beauty room is officially done, and I realized that I have not done a very good job of documenting and sharing my homeowner journey. I think because I have been taking it slow. If I decided like I was going to consistently be doing this room, finish that room, then the next room, finish that room, that, you know, consistently be doing like big changes, then it would be easier to document. But I really have been, this room took me the entire year. Like, I'm talking, did some stuff in the spring, did 1 or 2 things in the summer, did some stuff right at the end of the year, and then we came here, you know what I mean? I was thinking about doing a YouTube video with all my house updates. I can show you guys the rooms, the progress that I have made, and the plans that I have going forward. It's just so expensive. There's no way that I could do like a home updates video like every single week or even every single month for that matter, because it is so expensive. Okay, filling a empty home with just bare bones from scratch. I wasn't coming from a place where I was bringing a whole bunch of stuff with me. I brought 1 and 2 things, but mostly I am filling this home from scratch. So I'm taking my time. I am not going broke to fill this house, and I'm also not desperate to kind of just fill it with stuff and then I look back and I'm just like, like, why did I buy that? Why did I rush to buy that? I'm not in love with it. You know what I mean? So I'm just taking my time, enjoying the process, and sharing as I have updates. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in that, like a dedicated video to just home updates and exactly where we are with that, because I do have a lot of updates to share with y'all at this time. So yeah, those are my goals. And then guys, I am so proud of my vision board this year. How beautiful is she? I think I'm gonna go ahead and just include the graphic on the screen because I did create it in Canva and I just printed it out and glued it in here so I can just always have a physical copy that I'm always kind of like referring back to. But like, again, you can see like the vibe that I have for this year. So full, okay? We wanna let the light in. I wanna be at peace. I wanna lead with love. I do have a couple brand names on here that would be amazing partnerships. I have Alexis on here because, not that I'm like dying to have a new car or whatever, but that is like the next like big thing that I am wanting to spend on, which is kind of like a fun thing. I feel like a house is like a responsible thing. Don't get me wrong, the house is fun, okay? And it continues to be fun and I'm very grateful for it, but it is like huge and like also very stressful. Whereas like buying a nice new car for yourself just because you can, just because you saved for it, no loan necessary, that is my goal. And I'm not in any rush to get there, but when I do, just know, okay? Also, building a team. Building a team is a big one for me because I have been running myself into the ground, trying to do everything all by myself. It's just impossible. So yeah, the last thing we have in the beginning to plan your year is this bucket list. So this is just a bunch of things that I've kind of brain dumped down on a piece of paper that I want to do this year. Yeah, so I'm genuinely obsessed with this planner. We're trying to figure out, I know we need to make a couple changes for the planner if we're gonna redo it again this year, but I am just so obsessed with it for myself. I'm like, I genuinely cannot see myself living without it. And then can you imagine having like a collection of the 2025, the 2026, 2027, and it's like the cutest way to just look back at what your years were like. Hello, I'm a sucker for stuff like that, okay? I'm trying to start back scrapbooking and everything because I love this kind of stuff. Every week I actually go through and I write out like, okay, what's in my Google Calendar this week? I literally write everything down by hand. There's just something about writing it that like, I'm like, okay, I'm awake, I'm here. That's how I set out my week. So I will do all my to-do items in black and then kind of check them off as I achieve them. And then in like pink and orange, I usually have my due dates if I have any. And then in pink, I will have like any appointments or meetings that's happening that day. I also love how I know I'm biased, but I also love how we've set up like how you can plan for your week. So there's a whole page dedicated to you picking out your top 5 things you want to get done this week. More bullet points for if there's anything next in line that you want to be focusing on. Who do you need to check in with? What do you need to buy? What is your affirmation of the week? And what are you grateful for this week? So yeah, guys, I know I'm biased, but I think this planner is absolutely everything. There are still some more available. I will include the link below. It is just at wheregrowthhappens.co, and you can use my code LYSS10, LYSS10 for 10% off. But yeah, guys, that is my plan for 2025. It's just feeling like just a year for just balance and resting and recouping. You know, being a control freak and a insane planner, I love to plan things and achieve them. I'm kind of getting into this space of just planning a little bit less and leaving a little bit more room for God to just come in and do his thing. Those are my vibes for the year. I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to be back on YouTube again. And it's not just because of the TikTok ban, okay? It's not just because of that. I will say a little bit of that lights a little bit of a fire under my booty, but it's also because I genuinely miss y'all. And I just think I've been trying and low-key like almost failing in a way at breathing that new life that I so desperately want for my channel. But I'm feeling it now. I feel the vibe. I feel like we can do this. I feel like I have some really fun ideas for some videos that you guys are gonna enjoy, that we're both gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy creating it and you're gonna enjoy watching it, and we're just gonna enjoy each other once a week. Consistently, okay? I am so excited about all the fun we're gonna have together on this channel this year. I really am. I'm feeling inspired. I think it's about to be a new wave. And I feel like you guys are about to see low-key like a new side of me. And I'm kind of excited about it. I will catch y'all right back here, same time, same place next week for another video. Bye!